Horatius Cocles was one of the greatest legendary heroes of early Rome, remembered for his incredible bravery during one of the city's most dangerous moments. According to Roman tradition, he lived in the late 6th century BC, shortly after the Romans overthrew their last king, Tarquinius Superbus. When the exiled king sought help from the powerful Etruscan ruler Lars Porsena to reclaim the throne, Rome faced the threat of invasion. At this critical moment, Horatius became a symbol of courage by risking his life to protect the young Roman Republic. As the Etruscan army advanced toward Rome, the only easy route into the city was the wooden bridge known as the Pons Sublicius, which crossed the Tiber River. If the enemy captured the bridge, Rome would likely fall. Horatius realized that the bridge had to be destroyed before the invading army could cross. Together with two fellow soldiers, Spurius Latius and Titus Herminius, he stood at the entrance of the bridge and confronted the advancing Etruscan forces while Roman workers hurried to cut down the bridge behind them. The battle became one of the most famous scenes in Roman legend. Ancient writers described Horatius fighting with extraordinary determination against wave after wave of enemy warriors. Although heavily outnumbered, he refused to retreat, buying precious time for his fellow citizens. Once the bridge had almost completely collapsed, Horatius ordered his companions to return safely to the city while he remained alone to face the enemy. His willingness to sacrifice himself for Rome became the defining moment of his legend. When the bridge finally broke apart, Horatius stood isolated on the riverbank with no escape except the fast-moving waters of the Tiber. According to tradition, he prayed to the river god for protection before leaping into the water while still wearing his armor. Despite the heavy equipment and the arrows fired by the enemy, he successfully swam across the river and reached the Roman side safely. His miraculous escape transformed him into one of the most celebrated heroes in Roman history. The Romans honored Horatius for saving their city during its darkest hour. Ancient sources state that he received public praise, valuable land, and a bronze statue in the Roman Forum, where future generations could remember his heroic deed. His story was taught as an example of the virtues every Roman citizen should possess: courage, loyalty, discipline, and complete devotion to the Republic. For the Romans, Horatius represented the ideal soldier who placed the survival of his homeland above his own life. The surname Cocles is often explained as meaning one-eyed. Some ancient traditions claimed that Horatius had lost an eye in battle, while others believed the nickname referred to a distinctive appearance. Regardless of its true origin, the name became inseparable from his heroic reputation. Roman historians used it to emphasize his toughness and battlefield experience, presenting him as a warrior whose physical scars reflected his unwavering dedication to Rome. Although modern historians debate how much of Horatius's story is historical and how much belongs to legend, the tale remained deeply important throughout Roman history. Writers such as Livy praised his actions as an example of the values that built the Republic, while poets and artists celebrated his defense of the bridge for centuries. His courage inspired military leaders, statesmen, and ordinary citizens alike, reinforcing the belief that the determination of a single individual could change the fate of an entire nation. Today, Horatius Cocles remains one of the most enduring symbols of heroism in Western history. His stand at the Pons Sublicius represents far more than a military victory. It reflects the ideals of sacrifice, patriotism, and unwavering commitment to the common good. Whether viewed as a historical figure or a legendary hero, Horatius continues to embody the timeless belief that true greatness is achieved not through personal ambition, but through the willingness to defend others, even at the risk of one's own life.